Hey guys, it's Kayla. I'm back again with another card video today. Today I'm going to be using my dies and Big Shot to make a inlay die cut, I guess you'd call it, where the mixed colors of die cuts interlock with each other to make the design on the card. So the first thing I did was I put down my two pieces of cardstock. I just taped them onto my board with some Pintrest tape really quick so that I could easily put it on and they wouldn't warp. I used the Distress Ink Squeeze Lemonade, and I used Distress Ink, I believe it was Picked Raspberries, or Picked Raspberries, I believe it was. And I just put the color down on it. For the pink, I didn't really need to do the entire sheet because it is going to be only part of it that I'm going to be using is for the outside of the wings on the butterfly. And the inside of the little pieces of the wings are going to stay the yellow color. So once I put down the color as solidly as I thought I could get it, I gave both of them a spray with my Ranger Mini Mister. And inside my mini mister I filled it about 3/4 full with water, and I put in a couple little scoops from the back of a nail cuticle pusher of the Perfect Pearls in the color Perfect Pearl, just to give it a little bit of shine to it and make it a little bit pretty. I then set that with my heat gun, that way I wouldn't get it all over the place when I was working with it at that point. And for my die, I'm using the My Favorite Things die-namics. I believe they're just called butterflies. I'm not 100% sure on that. The name on the label kind of got a little smeared in the shipping, I guess. So I'm just going to be using the medium, I guess, butterfly. It's the second biggest butterfly that there is that doesn't have the little tails on the end of it. I'm not going to be using any of the little bodies. I'm just going to use the butterfly itself. So I'm just nipping that away from the rest of the die set. And I'll go die cut those out from my machine and be right back with that. So the only part of the pink one that I'm going to be using is, like I said, the outline. I am going to keep the inside pieces, however. I'm also going to keep the outside piece of the yellow one. That way I can do an opposite card, opposite color of this, and I'm going to just set them aside after and keep them in my little scrap bin, I guess we'll call it. So from this point on, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to first trim down my yellow piece. I'm going to trim it so that on the outside there should be about 1/4 of an inch of white on my back piece, because my back piece is the normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just trimming off a little bit of each side so that it'll be about 1/4 inch on each side of white showing. So once I had that trimmed, I took my double-sided adhesive, my glue runner, whatever you want to call it, and I adhered that down to my piece of cardstock. Now I'm going to take my tweezers and my multi-medium mat and put everything into place. So I started by nesting in the outside outline, and then I started putting all the little pieces in. And I'm just going to speed this part of the video up because it is a very long little segment. So the next thing left to do is put on my sentiment. Now this set I actually got at the local dollar store, and I'm using the sentiment that says you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. I did have a little bit of problem with this stamp, and I assume it's because the quality is not there. It didn't fully stamp, and I mean, before I used it on here, I had stamped it on a scrap paper probably about 10 times, cleaned it off, stamped it again, cleaned it off to try and get it to stamp properly. I'm not sure really of what else to do with it, but I really do like the quotes on that set, and that's why I picked it up. So the only other thing I'm really going to do on this card is add some of these little pearl half beads. I have tons of these wheels of rhinestones and beads and pearls and stuff, all from when I used to do a lot of nail art, which I don't have time for anymore, which sucks. I really like doing it, but that's pretty much all that there was to this card. So it's very simple, very quick. It didn't take too long to do. So hope you enjoyed. Like it, comment, subscribe, let me know what else you'd like to see, and happy crafting.